Hi, I'm Annie Poling, and I'm a home-educated filmmaker. Today, I'll be answering the question, what is blocking? Blocking is basically planning out the moves of your camera and your actors in a scene before you shoot. You can plan it out days before you shoot or just moments on set before you shoot. With blocking, it's important that you do it on a scene-by-scene basis rather than a shot-by-shot basis. When I was first starting out in filmmaking with my siblings, we would go get this shot and then we'd be like, okay, what do we do next? And then we'd figure out the next shot. But we didn't ever have a complete plan for the entire scene. You really need to plan out the entire scene to make sure that it flows together well. Blocking can also be a really huge time saver because if you do it beforehand, you don't have to waste a lot of takes trying to figure out what you want to do. So how is blocking done? For me, it really depends on what scene I'm working on. If it's a big scene with a lot of people involved, I want to work on it a long time in advance and plan out as much as I can before we ever get to set. If it's a smaller scene, I feel way more comfortable doing it on the day that we're shooting, right before we shoot. So there are several things that you need to consider when you're blocking, and the first one that I always consider is real life. How would real people move through this situation? And I just basically think through the entire scene, trying to make it as realistic as possible. Sometimes this doesn't work, it's just not cinematic or it doesn't fit well, and so the next thing I always consider is timing, and any awkward timing that you might have. You can use blocking to kind of trim that down and cut it out as much as possible. So say two people were talking to each other in a scene and one of them needed something that was on the other side of the scene. They have to walk all the way over there, grab it, come all the way back so that they can start talking again. If you run through that beforehand in blocking, then you can know that you will need that thing closer to where they are. You can cut out all that awkward time where they have to go get it. Or you could have both characters walk over to it and continue their conversation as they do. That could be cool too. When blocking bigger scenes, there's a lot more elements to play around with and to organize, and it can get really confusing. So a lot of the times I will do it with like Legos and move them around how I like, or draw it out on paper, or move pictures around. That really helps keep track of everything and makes the planning a lot easier. I also usually have to know what the location is and what it looks like so that I can plan around any problems or anything that we want to hide at the location. Blocking your camera work is just as important as blocking your actors. You have to spend the same amount of time in planning on that, and a really good tool for that is shot listing, which I will get to in another video. As a way to save time on set, if someone else is running your camera, you need to walk through the blocking with them first, and then go through it with your actors, so that the camera person has the time to set up the camera and any equipment that they might need while you're going through it with the actors. Blocking is an extra level of thinking that you have to do before you shoot. And really, like most things, it's just about taking the time to do that. It will help you, it will make your scenes more cohesive, and it will save time for everyone. Well, that's it for this episode. I really hope you've enjoyed watching it. If you'd like to follow along with the Home Grown Filmmaker series, then you could click subscribe below. If you want to learn more about Rogue Zohu Productions and what we do, we have a website, which is roguezohu.com. If you'd like to leave a question or a comment, you can leave that here on YouTube, on our Facebook page, or on our website. We read them all. I'm Annie Poling, and thanks for watching. Hi, I'm Annie Poling, and I'm a home-educated filmmaker, and today I'll be Thank you for that intro. So how is blocking done? For me, that's pretty much it. If you'd like to leave a question or a comment, here you cuts!